Okay guys, to start this recipe, I'm going to go into my bowl with my lukewarm water. And of course, all of the ingredients will be listed down below for you. Next goes in sugar and yeast. And I'm using instant yeast, but I still like proofing the yeast because it helps the recipe move along faster. You want to give this a mix to make sure that the yeast and the sugar dissolves. And then you're going to leave this on your counter and allow it to foam. Okay guys, look at this. You see that? That's how you'll know you have good yeast. So if you don't have this rise in action, you'll know that you need to start over with fresh yeast. So to this, I'm going to go in with a little more water. And you want to make sure that it's warm, lukewarm water. And I'm going to go in with my olive oil. You want to use really good olive oil for this, guys. Next, we're going to go in with our salt because you want to season this dough or the mixture for the dough really well. So give that a mix and allow the salt to dissolve. Now let's go in with half of our flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour for this. So you're going to put that in, and using a spatula or a spoon, you're going to start mixing. Now I'm not using my KitchenAid mixer for this. I want to make this with my hand to show you guys how easy this is to make, and you don't have to actually get your hands all messy and gooey when you first start off this mixture. Now that that's mixed in, let's go in with the rest of the flour. And remember, this is going to be a really sticky dough. So don't worry if it's too, or if it's sticking to your hands. That's how it's going to be. So expect that. So mix. You want to incorporate everything now. And you'll see how it's starting to come together. And this is what they call a shaggy dough. So if you've ever heard that term, you know how a shaggy rug looks. That's the look that you'll get when you're making this. And you see how it's easy it is to use with a spatula or with a spoon. You don't have to mess up your hands. So guys, after mixing, you'll see that the dough is still very sticky at this point. That's okay, don't worry. What we're going to do is we're going to cover this and we're going to allow it to start to ferment. So you're going to cover it with your plastic wrap and leave it until it doubles in size. It will take about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay guys, it's been 45 minutes. I want to go in and check. It seems like it has doubled in size, and it has. So what I want to do is I'm going to add some oil to my spatula because I don't want my spatula to stick. So use some olive oil, and we're going to start to push down on the dough. It looks really nice, and it's still pretty soft as you can see, but don't worry, using the spatula actually helps. So you're going to take it and fold it in, like just as when you're kneading flour. Bring up and fold in, bring up, fold in. And once you've deflated it and you've folded it in, we're going to cover it and allow it to rise again until it doubles in size again. So go ahead and place your plastic wrap back on it, and we're going to leave it to proof another 45 minutes to 1 hour until it doubles in size. Okay, it's been 45 minutes again since this has been proofing, and it has risen really nicely. Look at that. It looks really beautiful. So what we're going to do is just set this aside and bring over our pan. And to the pan, I'm going to drizzle the pan with some extra virgin olive oil. And you want to use really good olive oil here, guys. And we're going to spread this out. And then we're going to flip our dough onto our pan. It's really nice and soft and airy. Look at the consistency of that, guys. So soft. You want to make sure your hands are greased. I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to start to open out. Okay guys, once you've opened out your dough, I want you to know that the thinner you open it out, or the bigger you open it out, the thinner the focaccia is going to be. So if you want a thicker focaccia for a sandwich, feel free to open it out as big as you want. So we're gonna leave this to rest here for about 10 minutes before we finish it. In the meantime, place your oven to preheat at 475 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay guys, so the dough has finished resting and now it's time to put in those iconic dimple marks. So I'm going to put some olive oil in my hands and I'm also going to start sprinkling on the top of this. And what you're going to do is take your fingers and you're going to go in and make those iconic dimples that the focaccia is known for having. The olive oil is going to go into those dimples and make it really, really delicious. And now I'm going to sprinkle on some fresh rosemary. Feel free to like punch it or press it down into the dough if you like. And put as much or as little as you want. You could also put a herb blend. You could grate some cheese on this. Feel free to play around with the recipe and do what you would like. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle some salt over the top and I'm using sea salt or kosher salt for this. Feel free to use whatever salt you have on hand. Just drizzle on a little bit. It's going to add some flavor to the top of this. And then this goes into the oven at 475 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's puffy, golden and delicious. So guys, the focaccia just came out of the oven. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and brush it with some more of that olive oil. If you wanted to make a garlic olive oil mixture, feel free to do that. That will go really great on this also. And what I want to do is transfer this to my cookie tray or cookie rack. So I'm transferring it to my cookie rack because I don't want it to start to sweat on the bottom of the baking tray and for it to get very soggy at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is allow this to cool down completely before we go ahead and cut into it and see what it looks like on the inside. Okay guys, now it's time to cut into this bread. It has a nice crust on the top and the bottom and the sides. It's nice and crusty. So if you like a crusty bread but still soft on the inside, you're going to love this. Look at that. Wow. It smells so good. That olive oil is adding so much more flavor. It's lovely. You see all those holes in there. If I had left this to rise some more, it would have been thicker. If I didn't open it out as much also, it would have been thicker. So if you guys want a really thick bread, so this is about 2 inches when I measure this with my finger. If you wanted a thicker bread, don't open it out as much as I did. Let me show you the bottom of the bread. Nice and crusty. And the top nice and crusty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that Italian herb dip that you get in Carrabba's to serve this with. It goes really amazing and I do have a recipe on my channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe. Let me just cut it into smaller pieces for you all. If you did, comment down below. I know everyone's been making the new focaccia trend, which is that gardenscape, but I would rather just make a plain focaccia like this and you guys can play around with the same recipe and make your own. So if you try this recipe, comment down below, let me know. This also doubles as a great pizza dough, so if you wanted to use this for pizza dough, feel free to. This would give you like 2 medium-sized pizzas. You make sure and open it out to the thickness that you like. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me today and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.